Disasters that shaped humanity. Stories of tragedy and transformation. The crackling of Pompeii. It was an ordinary day in the year 79 AD when Mount Vesuvius, silent for centuries, roared like a monster awakened from a deep slumber. The inhabitants of Pompeii had no idea it would be their last day. The eruption covered the city in ash and lava within hours, turning a thriving metropolis into a petrified tomb. But the impact went beyond destruction. Pompeii became an eternal reminder of nature's unpredictable fury. Today, its ruins tell a story of humanity's disregard for the Earth's warnings and serve as a call for vigilance. The Dark Night of Lisbon. On All Saints' Day in 1755, as church bells rang, Lisbon was devastated by one of the deadliest earthquakes in history. Gigantic waves flooded the coast, and the ensuing fires destroyed what little remained. The city was unrecognizable, but the impact extended beyond Portugal's borders. The disaster influenced thinkers like Voltaire, who questioned faith and morality amidst the tragedy, sparking debates that shaped modern philosophy. The Irish famine and the 19th century exodus. Between 1845 and 1852, the potato blight in Ireland devastated the country's main food source, leading to the deaths of 1 million people and forcing another million to emigrate. The world watched the famine in horror but also witnessed the rise of the Irish diaspora, which transformed the cultures of nations like the United States and Australia. The tragedy highlighted the need for resilient agricultural systems and responsible governance during times of crisis. Chernobyl, the invisible enemy. It was April 1986 when the nuclear power plant in Chernobyl, Ukraine, exploded. Radiation, silent and deadly, spread across much of Europe, turning villages into ghost towns and leaving scars on the health of future generations. The disaster opened the world's eyes to the dangers of poorly managed nuclear energy, leading to new regulations and serving as an eternal warning about the power of science when neglected. The day the sky over New York darkened. September 11, 2001, began like any other morning in the United States but ended as one of the darkest days in modern history. The terrorist attacks on the Twin Towers not only claimed thousands of lives but also reshaped global politics, triggering wars, altering air travel security, and leaving a permanent scar on the world's consciousness. It was a cruel reminder that hatred can strike anyone, but also that resilience is an unshakable force. The tsunami that shook the 21st century. On December 26, 2004, an undersea earthquake in the Indian Ocean triggered a devastating tsunami, claiming over 230,000 lives across 14 countries. Entire families vanished, but global solidarity emerged from the dark waters. International organizations united in an unprecedented effort to help survivors, and the tragedy highlighted the need for early warning systems to save lives in the future. The Black Death, humanity's darkest night. In the 14th century, Europe was ravaged by the bubonic plague, killing approximately 25 million people in just 5 years. Bodies piled up in the streets, and fear was as contagious as the disease itself. Despite its devastation, the plague changed the course of history. It weakened feudalism, paved the way for advances in medicine, and forever altered how people viewed life and death. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the shadows of the end. In August 1945, the world witnessed the destructive power of humanity when atomic bombs devastated Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Hundreds of thousands of people died in seconds, and many others suffered for decades from the effects of radiation. Yet, the tragedy brought a bitter lesson. The cost of nuclear war is far too high. This episode continues to guide debates on disarmament and world peace. The Great Fire of London. In 1666, a catastrophic fire consumed much of London in just 4 days. The blaze destroyed over 13,000 homes and left thousands homeless. However, from the ashes rose a rebuilt city with better urban planning and fire prevention standards. The disaster taught the world the value of learning from mistakes and turning tragedies into opportunities for improvement. COVID-19 pandemic, the global silence. At the start of 2020, the world came to a halt. The COVID-19 pandemic brought pain, fear, and isolation to billions of people. Yet, amidst the darkness, unprecedented scientific advancements emerged, such as the rapid development of vaccines. The virus reminded us of life's fragility and the interconnectedness of the modern world. We are still grappling with the impacts of this historic event, but it made clear that global solidarity is our greatest weapon against future challenges. Conclusion: each of these disasters, no matter how devastating, left a profound mark on humanity. They are painful but essential lessons that remind us of our vulnerability, our strength, and our capacity to rise from the ashes. After all, it is in adversity that we discover what truly defines us.